Alright, welcome. We're going to play Lootbound, which is probably one of the biggest demos that I've enjoyed. So we're definitely gonna play this. Hopefully I'll be able to get through a run in this video, or if nothing else, I might even break it up into parts. We'll see. So let's get started. So you can choose characters. It looks like so far I've only unlocked 2. I don't know if the demo lets you play as all of them. If it is, it's probably forcing me to play as the witch here. So let's play it as a game as a witch, because I've already played warrior enough to get it pretty down pat. So the witch and the warrior in this case are 2 different things. The witch involves doing debuffs. Debuffs such as this one makes their defense go down so they take more damage. This one weakens their attacks. And this one applies slow. Area attack? Yes it is. Let's do it. And you can see there's a lifesteal effect. I will explain that once we get to the stat screen. So, every battle you basically get loot, and if you've seen this grid-based system, you've probably played games that involve them. I'm looking at you, Diablo. So there's 2 choices we have. Sometimes you get more, sometimes there's different things. It'll tell you how many squares it has that fills it up. And the best part is you can rotate these to fit them in any way that you can. What I've enjoyed is getting some crit, even doesn't matter on who it is. And that's also a very small thing. Hey, 11% crits, pretty damn good. So it even explains it. Some offensive, defensive perimeters. It gives you like an overall thing. Your health is very self-explanatory. Mana is self-explanatory. It also partially restores after combat. This does not restore, period. Unless you have something else that I'm going to explain. This is your base attack damage. There are 4 different attack damages that I've noticed. There's damage slash damage, which deals more damage to HP. I think it's like double damage to HP. Crush damage, which is double damage to armor, which you've probably seen those monsters had. That little yellow shield symbol. And acid damage, which ignores armor and deals damage directly to health. So the damage still applies to shields first, but the acid damage completely bypasses. We're gonna try and get acid damage up. Quite a lot too. Fortitude is like flat, like damage decrease, so 5 points of damage. I don't know what the damage calculation is, and based, I would assume it's fortitude because all armor does, it just gives you a shield essentially. You know, dodge is chance to dodge, critical hit, critical damage. Vampirism is essentially when you're dealing damage, you restore health. It is based on your vampirism how much health you restore. Every time I attack, I heal 100. Initiative is, if you've played D&D, you definitely know what initiative is. But it's basically higher initiative, the higher in the turn order you be. More than likely, if the higher this is, you're probably going to go first. Order is good for blessings, healing, and armor, but we are more focused on chaos, which increases our effectiveness of curses, aka our debuffs. And then you basically got yourself a roguelike map. There's different symbols. It gives you a little list right here, what each one does. And you basically just go through the map. While deities are good and they do offer legendaries, essentially, the legendaries usually are like, well, I'll explain it if we ever do it, but I usually Funny enough, don't go for deities. I go for other things. So I think for this one, we're gonna try and go to the training up. I call it level up, but it's the training. Another big thing you can check is you can actually hover around enemies, and you can see, okay, this one just keeps attacking and deals high base damage. This one, however, applies Fury. Fury is essentially damage increase. So first things first, we're gonna actually deal Fury damage. But as you see, increases damage dealt, but I also lowered their initiatives. And the best part is that some items are just universal. Everyone can use them, but there are some that are specifically for the witch or specifically for other classes, like a paladin, a warrior, or pretty much a lot of other things. At the beginning, it's usually just good to put them on here. It's when you get to actually specializing, it helps. Like the beginning, just put them on there. Their benefits. So see, in this case, while this one's cool, gives me damage and everything, this one gives me chaos and health. And it's probably going to be much better for our witch than the other thing. And here is, you essentially can choose the difficulty class is essentially like D&D rules. You have to roll at least the number or higher. And so this one's easier, quote unquote, to get. This one's slightly harder. This is the hardest. We're gonna try and get crit chance. So whenever you're playing like the first difficulty, you get 3 rerolls. As I've seen in the next higher one, it goes to 2, and I'm assuming 1 afterwards. So we can choose to reroll. I actually want to, because that's crit, and that's like a permanent crit bonus. Now, apparently I'm being unlucky today. But then you succeed, and now if I were to show, I now have a permanent increase to my crit chance. So now I have a 21% chance to crit. There are some stronger enemies, like this one for example, deals bonus damage equal to their armor. So sometimes acid damage is good, but you definitely need to make sure you get the armor down, because there's enemies that will do bonus damage equal to their armor. There's also ones that will do bonus damage based on their vampirism, thorns, and their speed. But it's usually only armor you have to worry about for this area. Getting the same type of the item does not really do anything besides just give you the same, like, essentially the same buffs. I'm gonna still get it, but I'm probably not gonna use it after we get something good. Since we got splits in the path, we got more battles to go, and we got a companion. We get to choose a companion out of 2 of them. That's what I've noticed. Do I want to go for the chest? Let's go for chest this time. Yeah, let's go for chest. Let's go for, yeah, the little bit of armor. We're gonna go a little bit less on this, so we can have some room to put this in here. And as you can see, I can move things around, like I said. But we'll keep it like that for now. This could be for someone else potentially. I don't know. We'll see. So now we get to choose between the warrior or the bard. I kind of want to get the warrior. Or do I want the bard? Let's get the bard actually. So I've noticed that with some of my characters have unlocked other abilities. We don't have that with the bard. So let's do the bard and we'll do Song of Healing. And so because the bard had higher initiative, he was able to go faster than I was. And we got a staff. The staff's gonna go to me. I'm going to, and you can equip to your companions. You don't get to control your companions. You only get to control what you do. But you can add things onto theirs. I know the chaos isn't really gonna be helpful for them, but we're gonna have to take what we can. And with chests, you also are rolling for what could be useful for you. We have one for the, and you see item class bard, item class witch. We do have one reroll, and I wouldn't mind trying to go for this. It's only a 13. I'll say I could be lucky. Hey, I was lucky. So because I did that, I get to have it. We get to take away our old mental. Now, the thing is with this, some pieces of equipment have an aura around them. So anything that you see with the circles would be the aura. Some of them have it where the aura only activates if they're located on the top part of the inventory, and then they'll have like the aura going. I've seen them go to the left. I've seen them go down below. I've seen it where you start at the bottom and goes all the way to, and the aura goes to the top. So it depends on all that. We're going to, we'll do this. I'm going to, we are not going to block that off. I can say that right now. And note that this has to be a hood. So different armors have different classifications. So if I get a hood, the aura is going to give that hood also plus 40 mana. Which mana is very important for a witch, because most of my things are spells, and I need mana to do my spells. Also, another thing I've noticed is the higher your mana is, the more you recover every battle. So. So we got crush damage. I think because none of those are hoods, I'm going to grab this for our little bard. And you know what? Just because I can, it gives you a little bit of extra health. Might as well get some use out of it. Our initiative is hitting us in the butt. Ooh. Some damage increase though from that. We'll put it in there. Like damage increase and crit damage increase. We do a crit, we're gonna do some damage. That would help with our initiative at the beginning. Go less on this. We replace this, so we got actual like damage on our little bard. Now the question is can I actually make room for this? Yeah, I can. Do that, and we are good. We'll go for training again. Crit chance. And now with our initiative being at 30, we're actually faster than them, which is good. Ow. You know what? I might even give the bard some acid damage. I know my HP went down, but I don't think I need to go to camp. We can go for this. So now we can make enchanted gems. And no, there is no equipment that has slots or anything like that. I hope that doesn't pop up. Anyway. So anyway, we have gems that we can choose. We can have, and it's the same thing. We roll for it and everything. We can do a health one, which is probably okay. Damage, which is probably what I'm going to go choose, and chaos, which is the debuff one. And you can apply it to any equipment. There is no limitation in regards to that. So we're going to go damage. And now you have to use it. You cannot, like, put it in here. It will not let you do that. So I'm going to put it on our rogue. And so now there's 60 more damage on top of what we already had. Put this on there. We'll do crush damage. This. So we can do damage. We got health. Health might be a good idea. Dodge might also be a good idea, but that's also a lot higher. And I only have one reroll left. Let's do damage and give it to the bards. Question is what would I use it on? Probably this weighted hammer. Now I got him a little bit more power. Speaking of a bard thing. Let's use that instead of that, because he's not really going to be built for grid. So. Ooh, another one of these. Light. And so thorns also is something you can put on. So, for example, if I were to put it on, it takes a good bit of crush damage away from it. If I were to put it on here, so just like any other game that has thorns, if they take damage, they deal that much damage. So in this case, 30 damage each time they get hit. Now on these, I get to do pick a thing. I can pick one that is single target, but it weakens the target's defense and attack. Or I do Banshee's Cry, which weakens the damage of all enemies. Well, I would say that'd probably be really good. I think I'm doing okay on AoE right now, even though that would help with the damage. But I'd say, let's do Whisper Darkness. Especially for doing a boss, for example. Or an elite. Let's go and do... Let's do level again. So we'll go up towards the level one. Damn, he dodged that one. He dodged again? Thank you, Lord. Oh, now we got something interesting. So necklaces and stuff give special, are usually mostly for auras. In this case, all armor will get a bonus of vampirism and order. They don't usually have bonuses on their own, but they usually give bonuses. In this case, order would be very helpful towards here. The problem is actually getting the ability to be able to do so. I'm gonna do that because there's some very little crush damage that's offered by that. And if we do that, now these have vampirism and order on them, which is more helpful because that heal is gonna be a lot better because of it. Do that so we actually have some room. There we go. In fact, we have more than enough room to put one of these in right now. We'll do it that way. We could do deity. I want to show it off though. Man, it's not going to go up to the level one. Maybe in a different one. Another one of these, but the legendary I have is much better. So we'll go for this because that's a hood, which means I can actually take advantage of something. Problems there. Problems indeed. I'd say we'll go a little bit less on that. I hate it, but gives us some more base damage. And then we can go and put the hood here. So now this hood also has plus 40 mana. Ooh, that jacket would be much more better than this. Yeah, I'll have less health, but it's also a lot skinnier. Plus, it will help me set up for something later. I'll do the level up. Or the training, I mean. Okay, if you're gonna give me crit chance, I'm gonna take it. I could, funny enough, do that. And I might. Just to make it easier for me to go through things like that. Crit damage, crit. Oh, but vampirism. I'm not do vampirism. Let's do vampirism. So now I got 120, so every time I attack, 120 health recovered. Stop doing this damage, so that's good. Maybe go a little bit less on that. Go a little bit more on that. And now we got an elite, so every time he attacks, he also applies armor and deals bonus damage. Right now, we need to make sure he doesn't get too much of a bonus damage, so I'm going to do this. Oh, he dodged. We're gonna do this staff. Holy crap. Yeah, no. Definitely doing the staff, because that is a huge amount of acid damage. Might go a little bit less on our other stuff. Let's see. That's how you also discard things. Because now I'm gonna be able to make room for a 3 slot. Which means it has to be down here. Like, completely has to be down here. Plus, I also have to have a staff in that area to actually get synergy with it. Oh. Oh, game really wants me to have stuff. Crap. Like, I like the extra mana. That's a huge amount of mana. And I like my initiative, though, too. So. Let's see. I can see where this is becoming a problem now. Because I would like to be able to get both of these on here. but there's no way to get it in here. It's definitely for later though, and this could potentially change, because right now it doesn't have a bonus, but it has all that extra stuff in it. I mean, it will have a bonus now, but potentially could change all that. This potentially could work better overall. When you think about it, is to have one of these instead. Because that's extra flat damage. And he eventually will get his crit up. That's another thing. I might also get crit up on him going forward. I would like to get another staff towards the thing. That also means I have to move the thing itself over. And this would have to go away. Because then I could do this instead. And just get a huge damage increase. I'd lose out on mana though. Which I like the mana and the little extra dodge. If I can get initiative on this, I might be able to move this off then and use that. Potentially could also get a new piece of gear. Let's see. Ooh, that's a whole lot of stuff there. But that is also an 18. There is not very much numbers that can work on that. That's definitely a lot less though. Let's try this. And I can get to the guard if we get it. So it's a pretty decent helm. It's not going to cause too much issues. It will cause issues with this. Although, honestly, I really don't need this anymore. Might be better just to put this on. Because now I can put this on. And now he has some armor, some fortitude, vampirism, and order. There we go. They got a decent amount of extra damage. Wanderer's Vest might be better, because then I can put that there and that there. Wait, this moves. Oh no, I don't like this as much anymore. I don't like it as much. There's still issues. Because while this does give me my initiative and it gives me a little bit more room, it doesn't give me enough room to put this in here. Yeah, I also do less damage now. But I also didn't realize this thing kept moving, so the bonus for it never always existed. There is potentially another way I could do this. It's gonna require me to do some moving. And it's gonna require me to do it like that. So if I do that, I still don't have enough room. I did try at least. I mean, potentially, I don't know, that wouldn't work either. Because I do want the initiative. was like, I like the initiative, but I also like the extra mana. Also in debating if maybe if I move it up enough. Because then I could just do this. Do this. And it still ends up being bad. At least I tried. I'll eventually be able to get stuff that will help it. We're gonna get my mana back up. So at the very end, you basically choose what part goes to your sentinel. You are literally building the final boss. So, in my case, I kind of like this one, but that's considering the fact that it's also like critical hit power. So he actually eventually will get a lot of critical hits. It can be bad. You can easily be one-shotted, but I also don't like the fact that it really reduces your defense because there's no way to recover from that. So both are bad either way. But one requires chance. And now you go to a different world. So now these got different things. Apply speed to allies with every attack, and this one applies vampirism if I'm correct. Yep. There's nothing as far as I know that affects hits besides dodge, so. And now we also get new pieces of equipment, which usually have better results, or better stats, I should say. And while that is definitely good, debating on even using it. But I could also be keeping it, because we do get another companion eventually. Let's go do low, because I might be able to get myself initiative, and if I can, that'd be great. This guy applies storms, which I hate. So we're gonna make sure he doesn't get to apply too much of it. This stuff have for crit damage and stuff. Again, very helpful if you want to make a crit heavy build. Potentially might be doing it. The issue becomes, I don't have enough room. And then I have to move things around. But I got it. So now I got this little sword right here. And now I also have room for something else that's a square if I want to put it in here. So I can put this helmet back on. So let's see if I can get initiative on this level up, or this training. He gets more attack, I think, from thorns. So the more thorns on him, the higher his attack becomes. Yep, thorn smash. Let's just kill both. Hey, my new staff. It will also give me more chaos. And more damage. And more vampirism. Sure, more crit chance. Let it go. How much crit chance do I have now? I have 35% chance. So in about 1 in every 3 hits is going to be a crit. on average. Decent hat. Very big, though. Also, we're gonna take this one away. We're gonna take this away because I don't think we're gonna use that anymore. Oath and Thorns. I like the little armor on here. Actually, I kind of like the extra health there. So for our next one after this, I said gym, so we can try and see if I can get an initiative increase one. These, I think, apply focus, which is this, yeah, increase critical hit multiplier. We can do if we want to, but it's too big. But I'll still like get it, but definitely not gonna use it. Oh, got a crit over there. I saw that. Oh, that's cool. You can see their little stats over there. I didn't see that. Got more staff. I'm gonna take it. Provides a little less acid damage though, and I wouldn't do that. We now have the Paladin or the Warrior. So probably gonna choose the Paladin, I think. I like the Paladin more. And now with Paladin though, I have extra abilities that are unlocked with him. Crush attack. I want to do this. Be more defensive, as I can already deal damage, and that's what I'm trying to essentially do, is deal a lot of damage. Of course, it'd be stuff like this. You know what? Do that. If I have to reroll, we'll reroll. If not, no, we're just gonna continue. I'll use the reroll for an initiative increase. Also, Vampirism does not activate if they do not hit you. Also, their abilities have like triggers essentially. So, Bard, for example, won't use home healing unless a party member's health is below 50%. Same thing with the Paladin's Fortress of Faith. So we got some just extra good defense. Now, with the Paladin, he does mostly crush. As you can tell, he has a hammer. But I'm going to let him have a little bit of some things here. Even give him a little bit of that. Everyone uses mana, so it's not like one person only uses it kind of deal. So it can still be useful. It's just just Weirdly enough, just put it on here. I can't, because it's a witch only, ain't it? Yep, witch, and it can't be rotated manually. this, because that can be a huge, like, increase for him. I said it could be, though. May not be a huge increase for his damage, but that's a different story. Do want to put that on there because the order is going to be more important than anything. Chest again is what we're probably going to be. I don't need a consumable. They're useful, but I don't normally go unless you're getting very unlucky. But that's a lot, though, when you think about it. They'll keep it. Grab his helmet. Still nothing for initiative, I might add. There we go. Got him basically with a good bit of armor, some thorns, a lot of fortitude. So he's gonna be tanky. Eat tanky paladin. Oh, my favorite stabs. Yay. Initiative? No. No initiative. Let's take health. Let's see if we can get it. Yay. I'm going straight on to my staff, actually. So now I got a lot more health. It is good, because Witch needs help. Unless you basically build up for dodge. Yeah, your initiative will go down, but it's not by too much to where it's going to be an issue. Let's just do that, just to get a little bit of acid damage on here. Initiative? No. Chaos damage, or crit damage, I mean. Chaos damage. Barely made that one. Yes, it's a crit heavy build. Armor's not bad. Not the best, but it's not bad. I just need initiative. Good lord, give me some initiative. This is catchy. Ooh, hello there, staff. Best thing about these staffs is that it'll start doing like this kind of pattern. I don't love it. Again, wish I had initiative on something. You know, in a way, I might do Banshee's Cry. Yeah, I'll do Banshee's Cry this time. Let's try level. It's another one of those. And you know what? It beats this one out. There we go. A little bit extra acid damage. Initiative! Do it. Give it to me. You butt of a game. Give me initiative. Oh. Fine game. I get it. You don't want me to have initiative. Funny enough, it hit the ones that actually needed it. Weirdly enough. Ooh, another robe. If it wasn't for the fact that this one's gotten some stuff on there, I probably would have chose that. Initiative? Oh my lord. You know what? Screw it. Roll for it. Okay, oh, I deserve that. If only his crit chance was much higher. Maybe I should get him some crit, actually. The more I think about it, maybe he needs some crit. To the elite. Or is only affected on the left, but it has to be on the most right. Interesting. Ooh. I mean, that is definitely good when you think about it. Could change completely what I'm about to do. That part is already put in. There's still some things I'm learning. Oh my lord. Yeah, but let's do this. This one's got order and mana. I wish it was more damage. poor paladin. He doesn't have a lot of damage. I wish he did. Alright, well, first things first. Do I just want to give myself a huge initiative increase? Because I can now. I'll lose a little bit of health. I get a decent amount. But look at that crit increase. And my initiative goes up by a lot. Well, initiative's not an issue anymore. In fact, let's go do it this way. It's the best balance that I have. Our initiative was taken care of now. We're not gonna do that. What? I'm gonna show off the deity. Screw it. So essentially, you sacrifice party's MP to receive a divine gift. It's interesting that the divine gift comes from an Iron Maiden. Oh, look. Do you want to be a slow freaking character? You can. If you put that next to your armor. Game knows what it's doing. Game knows what it's doing. If I can get more mana now to replace, at least to get to that much, I'd probably, well, weirdly enough, this might be a helpful bonus when you think about it. I say that, it's better for an order person. You'll lose some damage. Say fuck it and we'll do that. And just add some acid damage in there. Yeah, because that won't fit now. Let's go fight in the league. And that goes to the paladin, which is probably going to be better overall. Because these both have helmets. Oh, my favorite staff. My favorite staff from the previous stuff. There's a reason why I'm going to do this. This one right here. It's just gonna be overall better. And then, funny enough, I can then just do another one there. So now there's extra acid damage on everything. And now my damage is increased. Paladin's really low on health. Yeah, Paladin's low on health. And then let's do armor dodge chance. This one's a smaller reward. Oh, thank God, Paladin's getting someone. Yay. What's the aura from this? Any weapon that's a hammer. Perfect. The only issue is actually getting the room to put it in here. Might be going one helmet lower. Might be. Ooh, might not be. Oh my God. You don't need more. Actually, you probably do need more. Oh, that's so good there. Ain't gonna lie. Make his damage a lot better, which is something he desperately needs. That's a decent decrease. That's less of a decrease, but is it actually going to help? I guess that's what we're gonna find out. I mean, I am gonna go less because of this. So let's do that. Oh, it activates and it goes up. Ooh. So we'll do it this way. So now they have much more higher order. Holy crap, his armor effectiveness is gonna go really up. I think that's gonna be better overall for him. Plus I can still fill up the rest of the areas with these things. In fact, I might even go less on that because he's not really built for crit. We'll do this. Do that. I'll still give him a little bit of crit chance, but it's not like he's built for it. And now we have another elite. I don't have enough room for that. Unless I somehow make room. I think with the fact that he has that much on there, we can go a little bit less on that. The problem is that now there is no helmet. But potentially could get a helmet again. I mean, there is also this I can just do. Let's definitely try and get a helmet though. No, I'm not gonna be able to get a helmet. I made a mistake. More trick chance. I made mistakes. Things like that will happen. Almost 50% crit. We'll do this. This is the final boss, essentially. Just gonna keep doing this because this weakens him and makes him take more damage. Almost got him. Yeah, we're done. Hey, I got my first witch victory. Oh. And they also have like a story, essentially, so not bad for a mortal. Almost worthy of my noticed. A flash. Marble cold. The academy. The masses. A living goddess. I never sought their recognition. I took it by right. But their bowels tasted of nothing but fear. It's strange. In this fear I feel plea. Why do I feel uneasy? I shall reach the truth, even if it burns my tongue to ash. Tell me, guide, do you also avert your gaze from those who stand above you? Ooh, new companion ability and new difficulty unlocked. It does look like it's only them two, but you essentially get a difficulty level when you beat it. So it lowers your number of rerolls, it increases their health and their damage. So yeah, this is a very fun game. Again, in the demo, it looks like there will eventually be upgrades that you'll be able to do for characters. There's a hub area apparently. So there's probably a lot more than what's being shown here, definitely. But for what's being shown here, I'm already enjoying it. I hope there's more choices when the full game comes out, like for things. And I do like the way that the loot management system's done. I like the stats that are used here. It's very good. And yeah, this is a really fun game. Definitely go check it out. It's on the nextfest and Steam. And this isn't like ad or anything. It's not like this is an advertisement. I'm just simply wanted to show off a game that I thought was really, really good. So, I hope y'all had a good time, and I hope to see you in the next video.